What up, everybody? Welcome to a very special holiday edition of 3 Minute Beer Review. What holiday falls in late June, you might ask? It's June 25th. It's half Christmas. Merry half Christmas to all of y'all. Usually, Elsa, Mammers, and I might take it a little bit more serious, exchange gifts. We usually would burn our Christmas tree that we saved from the previous year and our summer fire pit. This year is a little more low key, kind of just wrangling a 8 month old around the house all day. But Elsa and I just did crack something very special open. So because it's half Christmas, one of our all-time favorite beers, period, especially seasonal holiday beers, Great Lakes Christmas Ale from Cleveland, Ohio. And then last year when we did the 12 Beers of Christmas and interviewed Michael Williams from Great Lakes, he gifted us this barrel-aged version of Christmas Ale, which I didn't even know existed. What we have is our last bottle of last year's case of Christmas Ale, the regular version, if you want to call it regular. It's anything but regular. And then we have the barrel-aged version. So, cheers. Merry half Christmas. The regular version, as always, this one has a little age on it. It's been cold the entire time. Doesn't quite have that like ginger heat that the really young, when you buy this in November, December, man, it comes with like a punch of ginger heat. The cinnamon, because they kind of boil it, as we talked about in the 12 Days of Christmas, they boil that cinnamon the entire time instead of just putting in at like flame out. So you really get this like woody, almost malty kind of spiciness to the cinnamon more than just the cinnamon pop. And then the honey always is kind of like creating body, a little sweetness. This is awesome though. Held up really well. As you can see, it's the color it always is, which is kind of this like golden red, this like golden amber. So the only thing I would say that's missing about 6 months after you would usually drink this is just that ginger heat's died down a little bit. This beer, oh Lord, y'all, this is a whole different beast. We're drinking it out of brewery brand appropriate glassware. This was one of Elsa's Christmas presents last year, was getting the glassware. You can see, even though these two glasses are not the same size, you can see it's noticeably darker. I'm going to attribute that kind of to probably like the char. So this came out of bourbon barrels. I have no idea the brand. I could probably go back and email and look, but I'm not sure. I also want to point out that we do still have a Christmas tree kicking it on the front porch because at this point it's only 6 months away, so why take it down? The barrel-aged version, though, is noticeably, as Elsa would say, like big cherry notes. I think it's adding a tart cherry, a sour cherry kind of vibe to it. Strangely enough, you really don't get much of the ginger at all in this one, or at least I don't, but I get that big support from the cinnamon, because now we're talking about like wood from a barrel, the wood in the liquid, that the spirit that kind of gets infused into the beer is going to give it, and then that like ultra boiled cinnamon. It's become this more dessert, malty, sweet beer with kind of like a spirit tinge, and I don't know where the cherry's coming from. I don't know if there's just a little bit, a low level of funk in those barrels. Definitely like a cherry tart, cherry crisp, even like a cherry apple cider kind of thing going on with the dryness, a little bit of the acidity. But that's awesome. I didn't know such a beer existed, and now I do. But real quick, you come back to the warmer. The porch has got to be at least 90 out here, so these are warming up awfully quick. And the warmer version of the regular, the base beer, it just reminds you why it's such a good holiday beer. Honey, ginger, cinnamon. You get all of these kind of like baked good essence of cookies and cakes and things that you get at Christmas. I could probably say a lot more. This is a 3-minute beer review that's already gone at least 4 minutes. So what I want to say is like happy holidays, happy half holidays. Northeast Ohio style holiday ales. Go check out that episode. We talk a lot about brewing these kinds of beers. There's I wouldn't say there's a strict window of style guideline, but it's in a good way. There's a template for brewing this kind of beer, and then you can kind of run wild with it a little bit on the spicing. Barrel aged Northeast Ohio style holiday ale ain't no joke. If you're in Cleveland, holiday season 2021, look for it. If not, find somebody. But yeah, it's the whale that you didn't know existed. Yeah.